Not so much an ancestor flashback as a Maya flashback. She murders a woodpecker with a slingshot and then takes it, writhing in agony, to her mother. She lies about what happened to it and her mother does not believe her at all. Clearly this happens a lot. She said she just wanted to see if she could hit it. What a little psychopath. This is how serial killers are made. But don't worry, Mummy is a healer and the bird is as good as new, so no need to learn a lesson. Wait, what was her grandmother's skill? It was strength, agility, accuracy, and healing. Does that make Granny the DPS? But we got to learn that the woodpecker would tell their people where danger was, so we can excuse people just finding their way with no explanation later on. Scully still has the sewing machine that Granny pawned years ago. That old smoothie. Kingpin just happens to bump into Granny at the post office. What are the odds? We're really cramming in the lucky coincidences now. Gotta tie up all those loose ends. Zane is attending the powwow for some reason. Seriously, why is he there? With a giant camper van. Maya gets a text from Biscuits but blows it off like the cow she is. But then she sees a woodpecker. Oh no, danger close. Then she gets another text asking if she's seen Granny or Bonnie. When did Bonnie go missing? Luckily, we get another 5-minute motorcycle montage in this 30-minute episode. She rushes to Nana's house and her mum is there. Her dead mum. Okay. Is it another vision? She does the healing hands on her heart and for some reason they teleport back to the wrecked car from the first episode. Yeah, I get who she is, show. Her mum directly refers to her as Echo, so I guess this is where she gets her superhero name and costume. Wait, so the sports ball ancestor gave her strategy? The shooty one gave her cunning? The one in the field gave her ferocity? And her mum gave her love? What did the first one give her? And her granny? The swelling music cutting out abruptly made her look like a bit of a galoot, just standing there staring at her dress. The powwow looks great, I think. So colourful and full of motion. I'd just like to learn a bit more about the costumes. What they represent. What do you have to do to earn the right to wear it? But maybe that's more for a documentary on the Choctaws. Maybe that's what Disney can do. Every time they have a diverse new character, have them create an accompanying documentary on that culture. Maybe we can learn something. The only problem with having a 5-minute powwow is that we're trying to finish off a story that never really got started in the first place. So Maya's in the parade. When was that organised? Or can anyone join in if they're dressed correctly? Because the volunteers in orange t-shirts are all Kingpin's men. Uh-oh, there's a woodpecker on one of the sheds. Must be bad guys around. Henry calls Biscuits and Biscuits informs him that there are 2 vans full of white guys, so they must be up to no good. A little racist, accurate, but still racist. Henry asks him if he has a gun. No, but he has something better. Maya goes off to scope out the dangerous shed. Why doesn't she tell anyone? Henry said he'd help. Biscuits has been looking for her. Kingpin is there. Isn't that good? She wants to kill him, so kill him. Okay, so it's on. Only one side is getting out of this barn alive. Kingpin has Bonnie and Granny, but one of Kingpin's men punches Maya, and it brings forth the powers of the ancients. We get the world's poxiest power stance. And now her Granny and Bonnie have the power. I honestly don't know why Kingpin's men don't start blasting once they break free. Granny's throwing dudes into the ceiling. Biscuits now has a monster truck. Wasn't he trying to scrape together $100 by selling his PS4? Now he has a freaking monster truck. And he uses it to crush the 2 white vans carrying the bad guys, who parked perfectly to get run over by a monster truck and never left the van. Zane is up on top of his camper van and has a rocket launcher for unknown reasons. Maybe it's a callback to the crate of RPGs that Maya used to blow up their weapons cache. But Henry just happens to get there in time and has a silencer so he can take Zane out without disrupting the powwow. How considerate. But Zane fires the RPG into the sky after being shot, and everyone thinks it's fireworks. Don't RPGs detonate on impact? So Kingpin is taking on the superhero who has powers passed down through the generations, only to female family members, and he happens to have isolated every female family member in the one room. Talk about rotten luck. So Maya and her family make easy work of Kingpin's men. So now it's down to the big guy himself to get his hands dirty. But Maya gets in first with the power of heart, and removes his memory of killing his father? The thing that was driving him throughout his entire life? So now he has nothing to motivate his violence? Great. His goon even has them at gunpoint, but instead takes Kingpin away to a car. Why not shoot them? The cops show up, but as far as I can tell, there's no reason for them to show up, unless Biscuits reported a fatal car accident. We then are treated to another montage of Maya riding her bike, this time intercut with her family having a barbecue. Maya turns up to the barbecue late, but for some reason Scully's not there. How come he gets stewed? Didn't get to go to the powwow either. Was he even in this episode? Whatever happened to the shin guard he made? Post-credits scene has Kingpin on his plane organising a meeting, and he sees that the job of Mayor of New York is up for grabs. But voters want a guy who looks like Vincent D'Onofrio. I'm giving this episode a 4. They crammed a whole lot of exposition into this one, but they also combined it with some quite stunning coincidences, culminating in the all 3 female family members in the same room stun at the end, and defeating the big bad guy by fixing his childhood trauma. And that's the end. Just a shocking season of television. You could really feel the missing episodes. Shame they wasted so much time on filler montages instead of filling out the plot. This would have struggled to be good without the behind the scenes issues. I think a deaf superhero who relies on sign language was always going to be difficult to film. Having a new superhero that no one cares about and then changing their superpower was a poor idea. Echo's superpower in the comics is that she can copy your moves, kind of like Taskmaster, so even fans of the comic will be disappointed. Overall, I'm going to have to give the season a 3. I was surprised that they didn't take the titular character and sideline them for another character that Disney is trying to promote, leaving it to the final scene to really push Kingpin as the next character to follow. But anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for sticking around. I'll see you for the next modern media abomination, which I believe is He-Man. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing. I release reviews occasionally when time allows, and a thumbs up would be a big motivator for further reviews. If you didn't like it, feel free to leave a thumbs down and let me know how I can improve in the comments below. Anyway, I'm Mixie, thanks for your time, and have a good one.